Hello, guys. I'm sure you have heard plenty of horrible mother-in-law stories by now, but I just couldn't stop myself from sharing my own story. I will be putting fake names, and sorry for that. My husband's family is well known, and I don't want to be recognized by anyone, so my name will be Lily, and I will introduce everybody else as I progress. My husband Sebastian and I met in college. No, we didn't go to the same college or anything. I used to work at a cafe near the campus. My family wasn't rich enough to send me to college and really needed money, so I had to take up odd jobs as soon as my high school was over. I could have applied for scholarships, but I simply didn't have the time to attend college. My only family was my mom, who was sick at that time. She has since passed away and couldn't even get to attend my wedding. I was very close to her. Her death crushed me. I always thought Sebastian's family would become mine as well. While his father Carl was super warm and welcoming, his mom, Nina, wasn't. Sebastian and I dated for 5 years before tying the knot. His mom, Nina, was convinced that I was a gold digger and tried to chase me away. I did my best to assure her that I was not with Sebastian for money, but she would never listen to me. I later realized that it wasn't about me being a gold digger at all. Nina never wanted to share her son with anyone. It was gross and super unhealthy. The woman is a freaking psycho. She did some really messed up shit to try and break us up. But nothing worked, and Sebastian married me anyway. Nina was not happy. On my wedding day, she came up to me and said, "Don't be so happy, Lily. You may have trapped my boy, but it is never too late for me. I will find a way to get rid of you. Your marriage won't last. I won't let it." What the hell is wrong with you, Nina? Don't you want your son to be happy? He is happy with me. My son will only be happy with his family. That includes just me and Carl. You are not and never will be family. Sebastian doesn't need you to be happy. Soon I will find a way, and you will be gone forever. That conversation with Nina absolutely shook me. It took me a moment to gain my composure. She had threatened me. My bridesmaids were not happy and wanted me to tell Sebastian. I agreed and told him everything, but after the wedding, Sebastian was very apologetic, but also assured me that eventually his mom would warm up to me. What was worse was that we were actually living with Sebastian in his father's house. We were planning on a house purchase soon, and renting in my city wasn't that easy. So we stayed in Carl's house until we found our own place. True to her word, Nina made my life a living hell. She didn't abuse me or anything, but tried various ways to create trouble between me and Sebastian. Carl often scolded and confronted Nina about her behavior, but that didn't deter her. She would apologize to him and still continue her antics. Sebastian stood up for me, but the arguments between us never stopped. Nina was becoming a living nightmare for me. But I was about to get my break. Nina did something so horrible and messed up that it turned everyone against her. Let me now introduce another person in my life. His name will be Keith. Keith and I are very good friends, and we actually have been friends since kindergarten. I'm really close to him and still am, actually. So Sebastian has always been a little jealous of Keith. It's nothing intense. He knows we're good friends, but he couldn't shake off the fact that Keith had asked me out in high school. My husband can be a little jealous, and he's now working on it. But back then, Keith was sort of a sore spot for him. So imagine my surprise when Keith called me one day and asked me to put Sebastian on the phone as well. He said to us, "Guys, there's something I need to talk about with you guys. It's a little embarrassing, so please bear with me." "If you want privacy, you can speak to Nessa alone, Keith. I won't mind." No, I think you need to hear this as well. I don't want any complications between you two because of me." "What are you talking about, Keith? What happened?" "So, your mother-in-law As in, Sebastian's mom reached out to me with an offer. She wanted me to pretend that you and I are having an affair. She said she would pay me $20,000 if I did it. Sebastian and I just heard that and became still. I was completely dumbfounded by what I was hearing. Nina was going to use one of my closest friends to sabotage my marriage. I felt that my ears were ringing. Sebastian was equally disturbed, and he said, "My mother told you that?" "Yeah, sorry, Sebastian. I had no idea your mom was such a psycho. She humiliated me with her offer. She said that she knew I was having some financial problems, so she offered me money if you agreed to her plan. I am not going to betray you, Nessa. I knew I had to tell you." My God, I cannot believe Nina did this. I have a hard time believing it too, Keith. Do you have any proof of this? It's not that I don't believe you. We would need proof of it if we want to confront her. I have her texts and call recordings. I didn't reject her offer outright because I wanted to talk to you first. I can't believe she tried to use you for her dirty plan. Nina is a freaking witch. Yeah, she had her reasons for using me. She thought that since I needed money, I would do whatever she wanted. And she thinks Sebastian is jealous of me, so you having an affair with me will piss him off. I am sorry for the way my mother treated you, Keith. I know you're Nessa's friend. Believe me, I trust you two completely, even if I get jealous sometimes. After talking to Keith for a while, we hung up. Both me and Sebastian were furious. I have never seen Sebastian this angry before. I didn't even have to say anything before Sebastian said that we needed to go and tell his father everything. He said that his father needed to know what his mom was up to as well. Since Nina was out for her nail appointment, talking to Carl alone was easy. When Carl and we sat down to talk, he could tell that we were pretty distressed. He said, "What is wrong with you two? You look very glum. Is everything okay?" "Dad, Mom has been planning something awful against Lily. We found out right now." "What? Nina is after Lily again? What is she planning this time? God, your mother is getting on my nerves now." "Carl, Nina tried to pay my friend $20,000 to pretend to have an affair with me. She told him that she wanted to destroy my marriage with Sebastian." "What? Nina seriously tried to do this? This is almost unbelievable to me, Lily." "I know, Dad. I thought the same until Lily's friend sent us the proof. He sent us texts and call recordings. Here, have a look." We showed all the evidence that Keith had sent us. All three of us found it downright disgusting and repulsive. The way Nina was talking to Keith about me was horrible. That woman could spew venom better than a snake. Carl was absolutely furious with what he said. He said, "This is freaking unacceptable. I don't know what to say. Nina has crossed all limits today." "That's what we think too, Dad. Mom has no regard for my marriage and my happiness. What she has been doing to Lily is bad. I should have stopped her sooner. After today, I don't want a relationship with her anymore. Me and Lily will move out." "Wait, there's no need for that right now. Lily, go ahead and tell your friend to accept Nina's offer. Tell him to take the money up front. I want to see if Nina really goes through her plan." "I'm pretty sure she will go through with it, Carl. I don't want you to lose money like that." "I don't care about the money, dear. I need to know my wife's true face. Let me tell you two now. If Nina goes through with the plan, I will be divorcing her." We were shocked by what Carl said. Neither of us ever expected him to come to this decision. We asked him several times if he was sure, and he said every time. Carl was angry and wanted to know the truth about his wife, so we went along with it. After finalizing our own plan, we set things in motion. I told Keith to go ahead with it. It was after a week that I found a very happy Nina walking straight towards me in the living room. I was suspicious of why she was so happy, but immediately it clicked. It has to be something about her wicked plan. She walked up to me and said, "Lily, you better wait here for some time. I have a lawyer coming and I need to introduce you to him. He's a family lawyer, so I know him already. But he has business with you today." The family lawyer wants to meet me? Why? "I ended your marriage with my son and he is divorcing you. The lawyer is actually on his way here. You will be a divorced woman soon, Lily. I can't wait to just throw you out on your butt. Finally, I can have my son back." I started to laugh out loud when Nina said that. Honestly, it was the laughter of relief and happiness. I was right with my assumptions. Nina was going to go through with her plan. She must have spoken to Sebastian already, but she didn't know what we all knew. Her plan wasn't going to work. Seeing me laugh, Nina looked at me like she was irritated by my reaction, and she said in a sour tone, "Why the hell are you laughing, Lily? Do you think I'm joking?" "Oh, no, 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 Nina. I don't think you're joking about the lawyer at all. It is true that a lawyer is on his way to a divorce. But I'm not the one getting served divorce papers." "What the hell do you mean?" "My son called a lawyer and told him to serve divorce papers at the house. I heard it with my own ears." "Yes, Nina, there is going to be a divorce for sure. But the lawyer won't be divorcing me and Sebastian. He will be divorcing you and Carl. So the lawyer is actually coming for you." Nina looked like I had grown two heads. I could understand that she was confused. She wasn't shocked or nervous. She felt pretty secure in her marriage and wasn't cheating on Carl or anything. Carl is an honest and loyal man who loves Nina deeply. So it was almost impossible for Carl to have a mistress. Nina felt that there was no reason this could be true. I guess she never stopped to think that her being a shallow and evil person was good enough reason for a divorce. Anyway, with utter disbelief, she said, "That is impossible. Carl would never divorce me. We have a great marriage and love each other a lot. He would never do that to me. You are lying to get a reaction out of me." "I have no reason to lie to you, Nina. Unlike you, I have zero interest in breaking up people's marriages, Nina." "What? What do you mean?" "I know you tried to break up with me and Sebastian. You have been trying for a while now. We all saw those. But what you did this time crossed all limits." Nina looked shocked now. She was looking nervous and didn't know what to say. Still, she wasn't shaken as much as I had imagined. She was truly full of herself. This woman had never experienced the horrible consequences of her actions. She always got away with doing the most nasty things ever. So she was confident that her plan would still be successful. She said, "Ha! No one will believe you, Lily. I already told Sebastian about the affair you've been having." "That affair you fabricated, you mean? I am not having an affair at all. This story was created by you because you want me out of your lives." "It doesn't matter if I created your affair. I already told Sebastian and he believed me. He would always believe me over you, Lily. He was furious, and I counseled him to divorce you as soon as possible. So he called a lawyer and filed." "Is that what you think happened, Nina? Well then, let's wait for our lawyer and find out who has the right version of the events. Let's see who the lawyer will be here for." Nina and I waited. She kept her chin up and didn't show any signs of nervousness. Her calm demeanor made me even more gleeful. I know, guys, it's rude to celebrate others' misery, but I can't help it. This woman was getting her just desserts. I deserved a little joy at that horrible woman's misery. Within a few minutes the lawyer arrived. He came in, handed Nina the papers and told her about her divorce. Guys, Nina looked like she had been electrocuted. Her face just froze with this expression of shock. As the shock faced away, her lips quivered and she started to cry. She kept shouting at the poor lawyer about the meaning of this while I looked on amazed. Just then Sebastian and Carl entered the living room and heard Nina's yelling. Nina took one look at them and said through her tears, "What is this, Carl? You're divorcing me? This can't be happening. Sebastian, I thought you were going to divorce your wife, and that's why the lawyer was here." "Do you think I'm stupid, Mom? Do you think I wouldn't have found out that you framed my poor wife? We all know that you fabricated Lily's affair and paid her friend to act like an affair partner." "What? No, Sebastian. I'm not lying. I'm sure Lily's affair partner is lying. Lily doesn't want her affair to come out, so she's making up lies with her affair partner to frame me." "Don't you dare talk shit about me and my friend, Nina. You knew well enough that my friend needed money. You thought that you could bribe him into doing what you want. Well, guess what, Nina? My friend is a good human being who would rather starve than take money for doing wrong things." "Don't bother lying to us any more, Mom. We already saw your texts with him and the call recordings as well. There is plenty of proof that you were intentionally sabotaging my marriage." Nina was slowly starting to understand that her plan did not become successful at all. I was telling the truth, and I had told everyone else about Nina's dirty scheme as well. Both Sebastian and Carl were looking super mad. Nina found herself cornered and in the worst position in her life. She didn't know what to do, and that's when she said, "Okay, look, you know I don't like Lily. I was only trying to get her away from you. You're right, I did push it too far, but I can apologize to her." "Sorry, Mom, but I don't think that would be enough. Me and my wife have given you enough and more chances to make things right. From now on, we want nothing to do with you anymore." "What? Sebastian? You can't say that. I'm your mother. You can't abandon your mother. Carl, do something. Look what Sebastian is saying." "I already did. What I should have done, Nina. As you can see, I'm divorcing you. I fully support Sebastian and Lily. In fact, I will go no contact with you after this as well. The only talking we will do will be through lawyers." "Carl, you're not serious about the divorce? I know you're mad at me, but you love me. You won't divorce me because of this useless daughter-in-law?" "Don't you have any shame, Nina? You're still throwing insults at Lily? This is exactly why I'm divorcing you. You refuse to improve your attitude and correct your behavior towards others. I have let this go on for a long time now, but I won't be married to a vile woman like you anymore. I'm done." Nina did not expect that at all. She fainted. She was sure she would turn her son and husband back on her side again. Well, it wasn't working for her anymore. Carl was pretty angry and basically shouted those words. He's a man of morals, and Nina's behavior had been eating away at him for a while now. When he discovered Nina's grand scheme about faking my affair, he simply lost all hope. He was adamant about divorcing her. He had decided on it the day we discovered Nina's plan. I was truly glad my father-in-law was on my side, and meanwhile Nina was now up and shaking from Carl's words. She cried and said, "Carl, you're not thinking straight. This cannot be a reason for a divorce. We love each other and have been together for 30 years. Think of the family we have." "What family, Nina? The family that you just tried to destroy? When did you become so freaking evil that breaking up your son's perfect marriage is enjoyable for you? You didn't think of your son's happiness, and you didn't even think of your own morals. I'm ashamed to have married a woman like you." No, don't say that, Carl. I was only doing the best for my son. I never meant to hurt him." Stop that bullshit, Mom. If you wanted the best for me, you would have been happy with my marriage. I'm truly freaking happy with Lily, and you just wanted to destroy that happiness. How can you say that you never meant to hurt her? Sebastian, please, I'm your mother. You have to understand. No, don't play that card, Mom. It's enough. I know you have no good reason for what you tried to do. You only did this out of spite and jealousy. I don't even want to look at you anymore. I meant what I said. I want no contact with you after this. I will leave the house with my wife if needed. Don't say that, Sebastian. I can't live without my son and husband. If you don't forgive me, your father will not forgive me either. No, I don't forgive you, and I don't think I ever will. I will support Dad in his decision like he did with mine. You didn't even ask Lily for forgiveness. I can't believe this. Nina then did something quite unexpected. She started to cry and apologize to me. I don't know if it was the pressure or stress of the situation or the fact that she was too shocked to think like herself. She tearfully said, Lily, I'm so sorry. You have no idea how sorry I am, Lily. Please, please forgive me. I can't lose my family. Oh, no, you are not sorry, Nina. You're just sorry that you got caught and are now facing some consequences for your actions. There is no way in this world that I'm ever forgiving you. You could have easily messed up my marriage if Keith hadn't revealed your plan to me. You don't deserve my sympathy or forgiveness. Lily, don't say that. We're family. Do you want your new family to be broken? You don't consider me family, Nina. I don't think you ever did. Like I said, I have no sympathy for you. This is all your own doing. Sebastian and I both support Carl's decision. It's completely on him now. But I can assure you that neither I nor Sebastian will ever have contact with you again. And you will never meet our future children until they come of age and decide for themselves. Nina then kept crying and begging us all for forgiveness. All of us were stone-faced and didn't even want to look at her. Carl kept telling her how disappointed and angry he was. Me and Sebastian simply turned around and left for our rooms. There were a lot of tears and yelling between Carl and Nina that night, and meanwhile I and Sebastian talked about our own marriage and decided to join marriage counseling for a better resolution. I must say that Sebastian was very remorseful for not setting his mom straight sooner, but I forgave him. He did try his best. The next morning Carl came down for breakfast, but Nina didn't. Carl said that the decision for divorce was final. Nina would be moving out of the house because it was his house. He said that he really didn't want us moving out just to get away from Nina. He would make sure that she doesn't stay in our life again. Carl was heartbroken, but also relieved knowing that the nightmare of a woman would soon be out of his life. For weeks, Nina tried her best to cry, plead, yell, and beg us. Sebastian and I had already blocked her number and refused to see her. She showed up at our office and was escorted out by security. She did the same with Carl, but Carl wasn't moved either. As the days passed, Carl realized how miserable Nina was making him. She was indeed a very controlling woman, and Carl finally saw that his marriage was pretty messed up even without me in the picture. All three of us got into individual counseling and recognized Nina was a freaking narcissist and a manipulative freak. Carl was able to get a smooth divorce from Nina because she didn't have much money of her own. Going to court would mean endless lawyer fees. They had a prenup in place, so there was little chance Nina would ever get much out of the hassle. So she was forced to attend mediation and finally the divorce. She did try to stop it, but Carl was adamant. Even as I speak, Nina finds every chance to pester Carl to take her back. But now, 2 years after the divorce, Carl is dating a wonderful woman already. Nina had also tried reaching out to us regularly, but we ignored her. From what I've heard, she's living with her sister and is not having a good life due to lack of money. Anyway, That's none of my concern, and I'm just glad my marriage is no longer under any threat. We have a great relationship with my father-in-law and his girlfriend, and the future looks pretty promising for all of us. Thank God for small and big mercies.